Hey everybody, this is Dark Side Elite here, and I want to do a video here, and this is talking about the Joker. Now, we know that we have a brand new Joker movie coming out very soon. It's getting a lot of good buzz. There's a lot I want to talk about by this. This is probably gonna be a pretty long video because, and also it might be a little bit of a rant because I'm hearing some great buzz about it, but I'm also very upset that people are now going to try to make this Joker movie be the saving grace of the DC universe when we've already had three great movies, and or I'm sorry, three great movies that were critically acclaimed by a lot of people, but also we've had a lot of movies except one and two, actually two of them that were pretty much great movies in their own right, but I have a feeling they're going to try to use um the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix as this is gonna be the game changer. This is gonna be what gonna separate the DCU from Marvel. Well, we did get that, and people didn't like it. Okay, so we're gonna go into the brief history of the Joker. This is the live action version of the Joker. Now, we're missing up here is the Joaquin Phoenix version. Now, this picture here is I got this online, and th- the one on the top left, which is the Cesar Romero Joker, that's the one that I pretty much was introduced to. The slapstick happy prankster Joker, and that's the Joker that was created in the earlier marks of the 1940s when they introduced the Joker for the first time. He was not the Jack Nicholson slash Heath Ledger version of the Joker. That came way later. That's the evolution of the Joker. And how they have to change Joker to how Batman is. So, however Batman is, they have to change the Joker to make Batman better. And once you get a Joker that can actually push Batman to physically and mentally, you got a great story. That's always been the formula that I've noticed between Batman and the Joker. But the Cesar Romero Joker in the 1966 Batman, yeah, he's a happy-go-lucky prankster clown that basically likes to just pull pranks and throw pies in people's faces. He's not about murderous killing, but he just does a lot of jokes against Batman and also against the people of Gotham City. Now, we move that about 23 years later. That's when we get introduced to a brand new Joker, a live action Joker by Jack Nicholson himself, the legendary Jack Nicholson. And this is what completely changed the game for the Joker. This is the reasoning. His Joker is the reasoning why we got Mark Hamill's Joker. And when Tim Burton decided to turn Joker into a pretty much the gangster Joker by tuning him more close to a more gothic Gotham City and making him still that kind of a prankster, but he will mass murder. He doesn't care. He laughs at the sight of complete chaos and anarchy, but he still does jokes and pranks. And that's what I really liked about his character. That's what I really enjoyed about the 89 Batman movie, because he was still laughing, he was still making pranks, he was still doing the things that we know that Joker is capable of doing, but he was killing people. He didn't give two S's about it. He didn't care, and he did it all in great fun. And I believe that this is the evolution of his version of the Joker. Now, 1993, I believe 1993 is when we got introduced to Mark Hamill's Joker. And I will pull that up. Sorry about that. I will pull that up. No, that's not it. Okay, I don't have that picture yet. But we got introduced to Mark Hamill's Joker, and he's been the Joker for close to 20 years. No, for 25 years, for a quarter of a century. This man's been doing the voice of the Joker, and Mark Hamill has literally not. He is not upsetted the fans about how he wanted to do the Joker. He understands that Joker is a sadistic psychopath that wants to make people pay, and he wants to make Batman suffer, and he wants to do it on a great punchline. He's said it numerous times in the cartoons that life is a punchline, and it's too bad that you can't understand the joke. And And his Joker has been always the staple point for people to go to about what the definitive Joker. I don't like doing that. I stopped doing that years ago. I think that if a person wants to come and try that role, keep it close to the soul of the character, but have fun doing it. And that's when we got The Dark Knight, hands down one of the greatest comic movies ever written. And the main reason why is Heath Ledger knew exactly what he wanted to do, to the point where um, Christopher Nolan completely changed his whole story about how he wanted to do Batman because of Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker. He It's not comic book accurate. No, it is not. It is not comic book accurate, but the soul of the character was right there. Why he wanted to go again, why he wanted to make Gotham City suffer, why he was poking the bear and he wanted to see what was going on. Now, if you watch the movie, now there's a lot of depth in that movie. The main reason why Joker was able to get away with everything is because Batman did not chase him. He was trying to get Batman to chase him. He was trying to see the limits that he could push on buttons. He went against the mob. He frightened the mob to the point where the mob basically got out of his way. He frightened the police department. He frightened the whole city of Gotham so they wouldn't fight against him. They could not rise against him because he was so crazy. He was going to destroy hospitals. He was going to blow up a building. He was going to poison people. He was going to go after officials. No one was off limits to him. He didn't care. He wanted to plague that city to the point where he could become king of that city. That sounds like the Joker to me. That's exactly what the Joker would do. He wanted to plunge that city into absolute destruction and chaos because he wanted to prove a point. And he wanted to prove that the city and everyone is just like him. He wanted to prove that there are no good saviors in the city. It's just people making up lies. They're playing a game with you. And that's the whole caveat to his character in that movie. Now I got this picture because Cameron Monaghan, in my personal opinion, if there was a role, if you wanted to do a Jack Nicholson / Heath Ledger version of and Mark Hamill version of the Joker and put it in a movie, this kid can do it. Down below at the bottom right, Cameron Monaghan. He did Jerome Valeska and Jeremiah Valeska, which is Gotham's version of the Joker. And I know there's a lot of people that don't equate them as the Joker. I know the people that do equate them as the Joker. I know people don't like the whole reason why Gotham did what they did. However, I like the show. I like the premise of what they were doing by having Jeremiah and Jerome as the spirit of why the essence of the Joker has been around for so long. And I understand the series finale. It was very lackluster. I understand it. I still like the series finale. I thought that they could have done a lot better, but I feel that they got screwed so bad by Fox by canceling the show and then not giving them enough time to basically get all their ducks in one row to tell the story that they want, and then gave them another 2 episodes while they were still filming. It was like they didn't have enough time to plan it. And I think that if they were able to plan it a little bit better, they would have given us a much stronger series finale. But that's hit or miss. That's in the past. But there's a lot of people that regard that Cameron Monaghan did such a bang up job with how they wrote his Jerome that it really made everyone very upset that they killed off Jerome and then they put in Jeremiah, who was in a way he was the Joker, but he was closer to the Dark Knight Returns Joker, the one from the movie and the books, and he was closer to that version of the Joker, a very soft-toned serial killer. And he gave no crap about anybody. He wanted to prove a point like any other Joker would, and it just he didn't do it on a laugh. He just did it because he wanted to. That was Jeremiah's character. He wanted to prove a point, and he wanted to put that city underneath his thumb. He wanted to be a criminal kingpin. That's pretty much what the Dark Knight Rises. I'm not sorry. The Dark Knight Returns Joker was. Jeremiah wanted to actually make his story around the fact that Bruce is just like him. That he's his true brother. Jerome was more close to the anarchy. Uh, he was more close to the anarchy version of Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson's Joker that just destroyed everything. He wanted to do it on a laugh. It was all about the laughter. He just wanted to have fun doing it, and he knew his time was close. And that's why at the very end he knew that his time was close, and sooner or later the joke was gonna run too thin. And I think that he understood that as a showman. And the way they wrote Jerome, they could have easily kept him around, made him the Joker, and then made him disappear, and then come back later and completely do everything he wanted to do. Then we got the Suicide Squad version. This version of the Joker was done by Jared Leto. Now, I think that Jared Leto is a phenomenal actor. I think that he could have easily done something so different, so cool with the character. I had no problems with Jared Leto as a Joker. However, I did not like the design. I think that the design of the character was very off-putting. It is not comic book accurate. I don't care what anybody says. His body design looks right. He has the green hair, the lipstick. His skin is pale. He looks close to Jack Nicholson's Joker, but he doesn't have the Cheshire grin. Now, what made Heath Ledger's version of Joker very different is the fact is he had scars, and that was the one catchline in the whole movie. Do you know why? You want to know how I got these scars? And he always made up a story about it, and he always made up a certain story that constituted to the pain that he feels in the situation that's going on, and also to how he got these scars. So Jared Leto's Joker, in my personal opinion, was not that good. We didn't get a good flesh out about him, so we couldn't understand what was going on with him. Now, this is going to be, again, controversial. This is only me. This is my personal opinion. If anybody ever watches Suicide Squad, there was a part in the movie that made me personally say right off the bat, that's the Joker. This is exactly what the Joker would do in that situation. And there was a flashback to Joker sitting in his club where you got Harley dancing on a pole with another stripper, and they're having their thing. They're having their dance, and you have Common, who's playing at the tattooed man, sitting on a sofa across from him, and they're talking about day-to-day activities. So Common is looking over to his left, and he goes, "Man, is that your woman?" And he's looking at Harley because Harley's dressed in basically skivvies, basically. So I mean, you kind of look at the cheeks, you can look at almost her, she's looking good. And Joker's sitting there going, "Uh-huh." And he has his cane in front of him. He's just looking at Harley. He's looking at the dance. And the guy literally calls Harley a B. I'm not going to repeat it, but he calls her a B. And the moment that happened, the Joker turned his face and looked at him while he's sitting there looking at her saying this. Joker's face looked at him like, "What'd you just say?" And I went, "That's the Joker right there." That expression on his face was the Joker, and how they did that scene, that's the Joker. The Joker just sat there and he started talking to him, and he's sitting there going, "Hey, wait a minute. Hey, man, I didn't mean nothing." But he goes, No. Hey, Harley, come on over here." And he called Harley over, and Harley's just sitting there just like, "What the heck's going on?" And he started talking about what Common said, and she's sitting there going, and she's sitting there smiling because she knows he's dead. He's going to kill him. And then out of nowhere, he says, and then that's when he attacks him and beats Common halfway to death with his cane. And the last words that the tattoo man said is, "Oh God, Joker, no Joker." And that's when you knew he beat the living daylights out of him. That's Joker. That's the Joker right there. That look that he gave to him made me go, "Dude, that's the Joker." That made me laugh because I knew right off the bat this guy was dead. The guy was dead. So I contribute that to that In that little instance, they knew what they were trying to do with this character, but I have a feeling that they should have been fleshing him out. The Suicide Squad could have been a much better movie if they did not focus all over um, Enchantress and Rick Flag and everything else. If you focus it around the Joker and made it seem like, why is the Joker not running Gotham into the ground? Why isn't he not running Gotham? Why, why is he just lounging around? Why is he like destroying the city and ruling under his thumb? So you should have did a lot of story on that. And why does Amanda Waller want him? And one of the main reasons that we could attribute the fact of why she wants him is, I mean, yeah, it's the Joker, but two is the Joker did something that no other villain was able to do. He broke Batman. He broke the Batman. And regardless of how everyone feels about Heath Ledger's Joker, he broke Batman. He forced Batman to kill Harvey Dent, and he forced Batman and and Gordon to make up a lie to protect the legacy of Harvey Dent because the Joker basically destroyed Harvey Dent. So he broke the city. He broke the city. He broke Batman, and he broke Commissioner Gordon. He made Commissioner Gordon lie to the city for years and say that Harvey Dent was a great man and this and that. It was stated in the Dark Knight Rises. He hated lying. He hated lying to the city that Harvey was not a good man. He lost his marriage. He lost his kids. He lost everything because he held that lie in for so long. So Heath Ledger's Joker was his plan. He won. He beat Batman. He beat the Batman, and no one gives him credit to that. So that's the thing I put to it. And we're gonna show. Here's another picture here. Now, these four are the Jokers that we got in all live action and movie. Okay, I don't contribute Mark Hamill's because his is animated. I mean live action and movie. And you can say, well, Cesar Romero. No, Cesar Romero was the Joker in the Batman movie 1966. So he's officially a live action movie Joker. Sorry. Okay, if you don't like it, okay, I'm sorry. However, now, if you guys want my honest opinion, this is my true honest opinion of who I believe is the best Joker. And it will be a little bit of a rant here. Number one Joker is Heath Ledger. Okay? Heath Ledger completely defined what the essence of the Joker. And I mean this honestly because Hawk, he's a huge Joker fan. He met Jerry Robinson. He met the creator of Joker, and he has a picture of him and everything. He has a picture of him that when he met him, he talked to him twice and told him why he believes the Joker always keeps messing around with Batman, and Jerry Robinson said that's exactly it. Now I'm not gonna repeat it. I want Hawk to mention it to you, and I want that to be one of our big podcasts about Tim Drake and a bunch of other things. Now that's my personal opinion. I think Heath Ledger completely defined what Joker really is. Number two, Jack Nicholson. I'm sorry, Jack Nicholson is the Joker that we honestly were grateful to have because he changed the face of the Joker. He changed the whole face because for a lot of years we contributed the Joker to just Cesar Romero's Joker. Now people can say, well, what about Mark Hamill? Well, Mark Hamill gave us a Joker that we all grew up to. But if you really look at the character, he was a mix of Cesar Romero, Jack Nicholson, and Heath Ledger's. I'm sorry, Heath Ledger built his Joker off of Mark Hamill's. He did. He built it off of Mark Hamill's. Okay? So Mark Hamill did such a phenomenal job with the writing of Bruce Timm and Paul Dini. They created a Joker that every other actor, if they wanted to, they could build their Joker off of the palette that Mark Hamill made for a lot of years. Now I'm not saying they have to cut and copy it. No, they could build a Joker off of that premise. Now if you're trying to do your own Joker and you want to do something else, you're more than willing to do that. I still do believe that that they could still do a really really good Joker, and that's one of the main reasons why I still do truly believe that that Joaquin Phoenix is gonna do a ridiculously good job with his character, because there's a lot there that could be told. Okay, so I'm gonna try to fix some stuff up here while I'm doing this. And one of my things that I want to do is I want to um, show not Mark Hamill, but Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. So okay, so I mean he's doing a phenomenal job with this character, and I mean you can see it right here. I mean he has the makeup and everything. He has the smile and the laugh. If you ever heard it, it seems soulless. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of goodness in his heart, and he's so twisted and messed up. And right here is this is a terrifying. I mean, this guy with a white face is able to twist his body and contort his neck and look like he's a contortionist with his body, that is just frightening about the type of person he wants to be. And eventually this man is going to be he's going to turn himself into this version of the Joker. And it's a scary scary thing that eventually this man is going to be on the screen in like about 2 months, and he's going to blow everybody's expectations out the water. There's a lot of people that have a lot of great love for this guy, and I think that he's gonna do a phenomenal job with it. Um, Now let's get back to this. Now, as you can see, I put Jared Leto's pretty down there only because we didn't get very much of it, and Cesar Romero's is probably down there too, mainly because he was that cookie cutter villain, but you couldn't take him very seriously. But he does do a lot of cartoony things, and maybe a little kid can really enjoy with that. But they also have I think it's Joe DiMaggio who's playing as the animated Joker right now. So I mean, there's a lot that they can easily do with his character. But what Joaquin Phoenix is going to do with this character, it's literally going to completely change the facet of everything. And I think that and it's going to do exactly what Heath Ledger's Joker did. It's going to completely change cinema, how we're going to look at the Joker, and how he's going to end this movie. And I don't know how they're going to end this movie, but it's going to literally make people look at what Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson and Cesar Romero, what they were trying to do with these characters, and see that this is a next evolutionary step for this character. That what are they going to add into another Joker? So that's what I think is going to happen. That's what I think is eventually going to happen, and I think it's going to be very very well received. Now, here's my rant. Here's my rant here, and my rant goes back to what a lot of these pundits and media people have been talking about, and it's what's really been pissing me off earlier, is that now we're getting people saying that it's a masterpiece, like this and this and this. It's like, wait a minute, why don't you guys be a little critical? Now, listen, I'm not saying that this movie's gonna be hot trash. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna enjoy this movie. I'm not saying that I don't like the design or anything. I'm not saying anything to that sort. What I'm saying is the trailers have made me go, I want to see this movie, and I know that Joaquin Phoenix is a phenomenal actor, and he's a very method actor. He's not a character actor. He's a method actor. He gets into the whole mindset of the character, and he builds the character around. He builds the role to everything that's there. So you're gonna get him. He's gonna mold himself into this Arthur Fleck character, and you're not gonna see Joaquin Phoenix. You're gonna see Arthur Fleck, who turns himself into the Joker, and it's going to terrify us. And I'm happy to see. I'm happy to say that. I'm happy to say, give me this. I want to see more of this. But you have a lot of these new news media outlets. They're really pushing that this is going to really change and define the Joker. That this movie, sorry about that, that this movie is going to completely change the whole thing about how we see the Joker, and that of course you're going to get a lot of purists out there, quote unquote purists out there that's saying that this is going to be terrible, and where's the chemical vat and this and that. And I'm like, oh, why does it have to be a chemical vat? Why does it have to be exactly? This is a villain, and we're seeing the birth of a villain. It doesn't have to be exactly it is from the books. I mean, I want to see what this director does first, and if it's hot trash, then yeah, I'll be with you. I'll be lambasting it too. But this movie got a standing ovation. It went to a Venice Star no Sundance festival, so a movie festival that's usually meant for international movies, and it got a standing ovation over there. So that tells to me that this movie is so independent that that people don't even see this as a comic book movie. They don't. They don't see this as a comic book movie. They see this as an independent art film, and that's good. That means that Todd Phillips is gonna give us something very very special. Um, I really want people to look at this and really think about this a little bit. When we pay for things, do we really want someone to tell us, hey, how to spend our money? I understand movies are very expensive, and you really want to be able to, review something before you want to put your hard-earned money to it. I understand that. But when it comes down to things like this, when it comes down to quote unquote comic book movies, I rather for us to look at the trailer and go off of the trailer. If the trailer, sorry about that again. If the trailer itself is not that good, then how about you go see, then don't go see the movie. But if the trailer is pulling you in and you really want to see it, don't be hesitant about it. Go, hey, I actually want to see this. This looks great. So I truly do believe that people are allowing Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb or another person. I mean, listen to myself. I'm saying is if the trailer gets you, go see it. If it doesn't, then possibly avoid it. It's fine. I mean, spend your money however you want to spend it, but um don't blame all these other things that's going on that makes no sense. And this makes no sense. To me, it makes no sense. So I think that a lot of people need to calm down. I think a lot of people need to really look at the situation here and contribute it to what do you want to see? Do you want to see this movie, or do you just want to listen to all these other people to tell you should go see this movie? No, I'm saying is if you want to go see this movie, go see this movie. But for me, I'm going to hold back my enthusiasm, and I want the story to captivate me to the point where I want to see more of it. Now, there are some movies you can literally say, nope, I'm going to go see this. That's it. Done. But the Joker, in my personal opinion, is going to literally, it's going to make a great amount of money, but it's going to be divisive. Flat. Okay? They're going to have a lot of, it's going to be one of those films that a lot of critics are going to like, but the fans are going to be like, hey, it seems like it's okay. It seems like a good film. Yeah, yeah. So it's gonna be one of those movies that the critics and the fans should be exact. And I have a feeling that this movie is gonna be divisive towards fans, and I think that critics are hearing about the fans being divisive about it, and now they're jumping on the bandwagon to say, hey, you know what, this movie's gonna be phenomenal. You should go see it, which causes a lot of fans to go, oh, it must not be that good. you now you basically isolated more people away from the film, and it's just gonna make the movie not become very popular. Um, Now, again, you got to go see the movie before you can make a judgment call. And I think that a lot of people don't do that. They rather go to Rotten Tomatoes and get from secondhand point of view. And that's perfectly fine too. But I think that honestly, look at the trailers. If the trailers pull you in, then go see it, regardless of what other people say. But if it doesn't, then stay away and you're perfectly fine. Okay? So I'm going to leave it at that. Comment, share, subscribe down below. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think that Joker's going to do phenomenal? If it is, hey, what do you think their box office is going to be? You think it's terrible? If you think it's a piece of crap, that's perfectly fine too. But be civil about it. Now, my box office is I think this movie is going to be over 100 million. I think the weekend it's going to break box office records. I think that the I think that Joaquin Phoenix has nothing to worry about. Um, I think Todd Phillips has nothing to worry about either. So, sorry, I'm yawning. I'm getting tired. So, I'm gonna leave it there. Like I said, hit that bell. So if you guys know when I'm dropping videos, I will be dropping videos as much as I possibly can tomorrow morning. There's a couple of things I want to talk about, and one of them is going to be about the possibility of the Snyder Cut maybe on HBO Max. I don't know. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that and what do I think. Okay. So you guys have a great night. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.